I'm Nick Offerman. Rest assured, it is me and not an AI version. The reason I'm telling this story is because I was actually the shipwright who first built the Western Flyer. Okay, that's false. So, since I failed completely on the boat building end of things, I have humbly asked to narrate the story of this charismatic wooden vessel so that I may do my own small part in honoring her long and illustrious career. Gather round, my friends, and let me tell you a tale about a vessel made from giant Douglas fir trees that's seen more than its fair share of salt, sweat, and seaweed. As John Steinbeck wrote, "Man, building this greatest and most personal of all tools, has in turn received a boat-shaped mind, and the boat a man-shaped soul." Picture this: the rugged sardine boat called the Western Flyer slicing through the Pacific waves on its way down to Mexico. But hold on to your cervezas, because this ain't your typical fishing yarn. On the brink of war, a great friendship was formed. A historic vessel reclaimed from the bottom of the sea not once but twice, and a new way of seeing this great ocean was born. The year was 1940. The Nazis occupied Amsterdam, FDR became the first and last president to serve a third and then fourth term, and bread was 10 cents a pound. And Steinbeck declared the end of his career as a novelist after the vitriol and death threats for his masterpiece, Grapes of Wrath, while Ed Ricketts was mistakenly thought to be a bootlegger, as folks had never heard of the job marine biologist. The two men met over a terrible tooth that needed pulling and became fast friends with a shared love of adventure, music, literature, philosophy, poetry, and marine science. The eccentric trailblazer, Ed Ricketts, while little known at the time, would shape the future of thousands of marine biologists to come. They chartered the Western Flyer with a motley and at first reluctant crew: Captain Tony Berry, engineer Tex Travis, and two feisty crewmen who were also amateur boxers, Tiny Coletto and Sparky Ania. Steinbeck's soon-to-be ex-wife, Carol Henning Steinbeck, was also on the voyage, supposedly tasked with cooking for the crew, a job she never did, instead becoming central to the scientific discoveries in the Sea of Cortez. Thousands of specimens and over 500 species of marine critters were captured and documented, creating the first ever compendium of the invertebrate fauna of the Gulf of California. The intrepid voyage had a pivotal and life-changing impact on Ed Ricketts and John Steinbeck, and ultimately on the American environmental consciousness. The expedition and book, The Log from the Sea of Cortez, have inspired thousands of young biologists, artists, poets, and writers to devote their careers to the study and protection of the ocean. Each unique human was inspired by lines from Steinbeck no one expected to find in a science journal. It is a strange thing that most of the feeling we call religion,
most of the mystical outcrying, which is one of the most prized and used and desired reactions of our species, is really the understanding and the attempt to say that man is related to the whole thing. Related inextricably to all reality, known and unknowable. This is a simple thing to say. The profound feeling of it made it Jesus. St. Augustine, a St. Francis, Roger Bacon, Charles Darwin, and an Einstein, each of them in his own temple, and with his own voice discovered and reaffirmed with astonishment. The knowledge that all things are one thing, and that one thing is all things. Plankton, a shimmering phosphorescence on the sea and the spinning planets in an expanding universe, all bound together by the elastic string of time. It is advisable to look from the tide pool to the stars, and then back to the tide pool again.
I'm beginning to see the light. I'm beginning to see the light.
Fast forward to today, and the Western Flyer, she's a phoenix risen from the depths. The twice-sunk vessel was lost for years and found only recently by her call sign, WB 4404, in Anacortes, Washington. The Western Flyer Foundation took up the mantle and restored her with more tender care than a woodworker putting a French polish on some mahogany grain. This historic beauty has been fully restored to her 1940s grandeur, with a few upgrades Steinbeck and Ricketts would have loved, like a hybrid electric diesel engine and state-of-the-art science laboratory below the deck. You see, this old boat's got a new purpose. She's become a beacon of research and education, a sanctuary for curious minds who want to learn the science of the sea, how to tread more lightly upon her waves. The future of our oceans isn't something that's out of our hands. The story of the Western Flyer isn't just a tale of the past. It's a call to arms for a future where unique human beings unite, where the Western Flyer sails as a symbol of our commitment to the intrepid makers, dreamers, innovators, scientists, and artists, working together to better know and protect this ocean, this blue heart that sustains us all. Inspired by his dear friend Ed Ricketts, John Steinbeck wrote these wise words. The true biologist deals with life, with teeming, boisterous life, and learns something from it. Learns that the first rule of life is living.